Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. This will be our finale for the week. I hope you're well. Hope your week has been good and has been kind to you. The bourbon of the day today is you're going to see this one on the show a lot, guys. I actually had our first message from a viewer today roll in. You know, kids, seats. Look at that. Get your dogs trained, everyone, or train your dogs yourself. Four Roses. Four Roses is a hallmark around the house. I drink it. He drinks water for the most part, except on Saturdays, in which case, you know, we're both just completely lit up. But hey, look, everyone. Today's video is going to be on a what I call stop unicorn hunting, and this is important. It's actually an important message. Now, inside of my company, the 1911 Syndicate, we work with a lot of first-time buyers. I would say of all of our clients, hey, the majority of them are first-time buyers. We work with more buyers than sellers, and a lot of those buyers are first-timers. And this isn't unique to first-time buyers, but it is especially important with first-time buyers. Seats. So here's what we got, everyone. And in case you're ever like, did he really have notes to get us through this little speech? Yes, I do. Okay, it's what I do, everyone. I'm a preparedness type person. Okay, so it is an almost universal truth that everyone thinks their money is going to get them more than it is. I mean, it is an almost universal truth. Everyone goes to the market and they're like, I'm using Salt Lake numbers, right? So adjust based on wherever you live, right? But hey, they're like, I've got a $350,000 budget, and they think they're going to get the Four Seasons, and I'm like, you're just going to get in the game is what you're going to do. And our job as real estate agents, part of it is to create expectations with you that are realistic, aka, hey, look, based on the numbers that you have available to you, here's a realistic projection of what you could get. And I am doing you a disservice if I tell you anything other than that. I would say that we are very straightforward and like we are straight shooters with people. If I lied to you, that does no good. It does no good. It's completely counterproductive because I'm just going to make more work and more labor and everything for myself, right? So people try to go too big, especially on their first time purchase, right? And they will reach out to us and they're like, I want, and for real, this happens all the time inside of our business, guys. People reach out and be like, first time home buyer, I want to buy land and I want to be able to shoot off of my back porch and I need whatever, this and that. And like, I'm not kidding. I've had people be like, I need an airstrip because I got to land a private plane. And it gets absurd really quickly. And I'm like, well, what's your budget? And they're like, I got 200,000 is probably what I can get a loan for. And I'm like, well, we need to adjust your expectations very quickly. Very quickly, we need to bring you back down to reality because you were playing in like fantasy territory. I need you in actual planet Earth reality right now. Okay, so your job as a new buyer, especially, is to get in the game. And this is what I tell people all the time. Like, look, you're a first-time buyer. This is not about buying your forever place that's like your big picture vision. It's not. This is about get in the game of real estate. Buy something. Buy anything. I don't care really if it's a piece of shit. Buy something so that we can start building your credit. You can start understanding the game. Maybe you get something that has some rental potential long term for when you buy your next house, but like just get in the game. Get something. Anything is better than nothing. Anything might be a stretch, but you get the idea. Get in the game, okay? It is likely not going to be everything that you hoped and dreamed about. I can tell you statistically, it's not going to be your dream home that you've been fantasizing about. It's just not. It's going to be a modest place to begin with. So here's kind of how I look at it. When we go through your criteria, if you're like, hey, Jake, you know, you're a client of mine, and I'm like, okay, perfect. What's your criteria? And you take me through. If I go into the MLS, right, which is the software that we as real estate agents use in our local markets, and I punch in your criteria, and it's like, hey, he's looking for 3 beds, 2 baths, it's got to be at least 2,000 square foot, yada, yada, punch in your criteria, right? And let's just say that your criteria produces, you know, 5 to 10 results. And again, I'm using Utah numbers because this is where I live. You know, I kind of work inside of a lot of different areas, but this is the area that I know. We come up with 5 to 10 results. Granted, it's very low inventory right now, so take that with a grain of salt, but 5 to 10 results. Well, we went too narrow. We went too big, right? Too narrow on your search criteria. AKA, I had to put in too many criteria that took our list down to 5 to 10 properties. So if there's right now 5 to 10 properties that meet your criteria, that is too few. We do not have enough options. We need more options than that because, hey, if there's 5 to 10, okay, if I send you these 8 listings that are out right now and you're like, I like this one, and we go after that one and we don't get it, well, now, I mean, literally, we're just stuck waiting around until new stuff hits the market. Like, this is not a good strategy. Like, we need a steady stream of new listings that meet your realistic search criteria. Now, if I punch in your criteria and it produces 80 to 100 listings, it's like, Jake, we got 80 to 100 listings that match your criteria. Well, we went too broad, right? We actually need to narrow that down. So we can narrow that down by location. Go, hey, look, let's really start to pinpoint more of a location that you're interested in moving to. Or, hey, let's specify how many bedrooms are you really looking for? Or do you want to live in an HOA or don't live in an HOA? And that will definitely be topics for other days because HOAs feel like such a hot button with people, love it or hate it kind of thing. But hey, do you want an HOA? Do you not want an HOA? Do you have a certain lot size that you want? Like, we need to narrow this down a little bit because 100, it's too many. I'm not going through 100 listings for you. I mean, straight up, you like, and it's not a laziness thing. It's simply unrealistic expectations. That is too much data for us to process and farm for you. So the sweet spot that we're looking for is we punch in your search criteria into the MLS and we get, I'd say 20 to 40 is about the sweet spot of what I'm looking for in terms of results. Because, hey, look, one, we've got a good, let's just say it produces 30. Well, 30 is good. Inside of those 30 listings, we're probably going to find, I mean, a solid 5 to 10 that are like, hey, let's go look at that. Like, I'm super interested in that. Maybe we'll make an offer on it, right? And if we don't get any of those for some reason, well, 30 listing tells me that these pop in on a regular basis, right? So we're going to have a healthy, feed of new listings that meet our search criteria. So that's about what you guys are looking for. If you're starting to look for a house, hey, like 20, 30 listings, that's 40 max, that's about in the sweet spot. If I start hitting 50, 60, we got to narrow down your criteria a little bit. But again, if we find 4, it's just too narrow. It's too narrow. We need more options, okay? So one more point on this in terms of unicorn hunting. I'm going to break some bad news to you. Sometimes you guys as the buyers are the problem. So if we go look at 5 to 10 houses, let's just say that I'm a good agent, right? Whoever your agent is, right? Let's say we go look at 5 to 10 houses and they're within your criteria and you've made no offers on 7, 8, 9, 10 houses. Well, I hate to break it to you, but you're the problem. You're the problem. Probably not me, right? If I did my job, we just looked at like 7 pretty good matches for you. Now I get it. Not all 7 are going to be perfect. Not all 7 you're going to want to make an offer on. But if those 7, if we didn't have like a couple of them that piqued your interest, chances are you're the problem, right? You're too picky, right? And that is a tough thing for us to tell you that, hey, Mr. Client, who I only make money if you buy this house with me, you're the problem, right? And like, that's a tough reality. I've had to deal with it with some of our 1911 Syndicate clients where it's like, look, dude, you're going to have to come back down to planet Earth in terms of what you expect if you actually want to get a deal done. So look, everyone, take that for what it's worth. Just some friendly advice. Build into your dream house over time. The goal when you're beginning is like, just get the ball rolling. Get into something. Stay in it for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and then move on to the next thing that's a little bit bigger and it's a little bit more in line with how you want to live long term. Build into the dream setups. You don't start with the dream setup. It's too easy. You got to start simple and then you build into the big stuff. Okay. So, hey, look, everyone, if you need help, 1911 Syndicate, we'll have it linked below. We can help you. We operate in a lot of different cities across the country. Pretty straightforward. And then if you find you enjoy the channel, you can subscribe to it. We're pretty friendly. We like to, we like to think we're pretty friendly, but you can subscribe, you can leave comments, you can like the videos. It's all good with us, right? Cheers to you guys. Enjoy the weekend. We'll see you soon.